What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss all the topics you send through to me on Twitter, and we've got some interesting ones. So, yeah, we're just gonna get straight into it. But actually, before we do that, obviously, I tell you guys to leave your comments. I left some comment. Well, no, I went through the comments and I started reading them, and I started seeing quite a few comments saying, "Oh, Rashford's only 21 or something like that." I can't remember what I said in my last video for people to keep reminding me how old he is, but I know how old he is. He's 22 in October, if I remember correctly. So that doesn't take away from the point that I've been making, that as it currently stands, he's not good enough to lead the line for Manchester United. He's not. Like, I don't care how old he is, whether he's 21 or 28, because Lukaku is a lot older than him, and I still don't think he's good enough to lead the line for Manchester United. But I also think that Lukaku is probably a better striker than Marcus Rashford. So it's not really about age, guys. It's about ability, man. Like, if you're good enough, you're old enough. And I've always said, what he lacks in football, like, you can't buy in it. Like, it's not something that's going to come with experience. Some players just don't have the football IQ to take them to the next level. The difference between good players and great players is literally that. Because if you look at certain players, technically they're not the most amazing technically. Like, for instance, like, look at Roy Keane. Like, technically he was nothing more than an average player in terms of his passing range. Wasn't amazing. He couldn't pass like Scholes. He couldn't do that. Like, he couldn't dribble like Giggs. He couldn't do all those things. But up here, the way Roy Keane read the game, and his bravery and everything like that, it's the intangibles, the things that you can't touch. Those are what made Roy Keane a great player, more than his technical ability. So as much as Rashford's got the odd trick here and there, his decision making's woeful. Like, his actual movement's not good. Like, he's a busy player because he's physical and he's quick, but his movement's not good. Like, Mason's got a lot better movement. Like, where he knows where to be and all of those things. You can't teach those things. And this is why I don't think, no matter how long, give him 3 or 4 more years, I don't think it's going to make a difference. This is his 4th season going into Premier League football. He's had long enough for me to start judging him as a Premier League player. This is his 4th year. And that's just all it is. Like, if you've been playing in the Premier League for 4 years, I think that people need to stop looking at age and start looking at experience, bro. He's a full international. He's played a lot of games for the club, and I haven't seen much improvement between when he broke through and now. He reminds me a lot of Nani in the sense that he will do exceptional things at times. He'll score really good goals, but he'll always be inconsistent. He'll always be frustrating. Like, I believe that that's the kind of player he's gonna be. Like, and I'm very confident that I won't be proved wrong on that, guys. And if I am, do you know what I mean? This is on camera. I'd love to be proven wrong, because that would mean that we've got ourselves a really good player. But I think for what people think he is, I don't think he'll ever get there. So yeah, let's get into this anyway. His name says IO at 93 underscore HAO. And also, let me know what you think about the opening bit as well, because obviously I like to know you guys' opinions. I don't mind you defending a player or whatever, but tell me what he has and why you think he's going to improve. Not just because he's young, because different players peak at different ages. Like, Michael Owen was done by the time he was 25. So saying Rashford's 21, even though he's 22 this year, that's not a good enough reason for you to tell me that you think he'll improve, because certain men just don't improve after a certain age. All right. As Tuanzebe and Bailly have shown their quality, and Matic has further regressed, is our most important position to strengthen now CDM as opposed to centre-back, especially considering we'd have to pay 90 million for Maguire. All right. Well, firstly, I'm hearing that we're not paying 90 million for Maguire. It's 80 altogether, and it's 60 million up front. So that's not correct. I don't know where you got the 90 million from. Also, Bailly, we've always known how good he was. His quality was never really in question. Bailly, he can't stay fit, bro. Like, and honestly, can you really build a defence around the centre-back that you can't guarantee is going to give you at least 25 games a season. I can't remember the last time Bailly started 4 games in a row, bruv. I could even stretch and say 3 maybe. Now, Eric Bailly is injury prone. And partly because of how he plays and how reckless he is. But secondly, maybe he's just unlucky. I don't really know. I don't really know too much about his injury record before he came to the club. But I know since he's come to us, we've always known that he's our best centre-back. But the guy can't stay fit. So I'm still buying Harry Maguire. Because Tuanzebe is not Premier League week in, week out proven, bruv. He's not. It's all well him looking good in the game that he's come in. And I rate this kid very highly. And I think he should be in the squad. And I would have got rid of Phil Jones and just had Tuanzebe as a squad player at centre-back. Because I believe he's as good as Phil Jones, if not better than him already. He's definitely a better footballer than him. Phil Jones is more experienced. But I think that Tuanzebe can give us as much as Phil Jones has been giving us. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't say getting rid of Phil Jones, we would lose anything. I don't think, apart from experience. But give me the quality over experience any day. Do you know what I mean? Because experience is accumulated over time. So with that in mind, I still think that centre-back's a must. I do think we need a CDM, but man, I'm forgetting that we got Fred. Everyone's forgetting we got Fred, man. And from what I saw of Fred, yeah, like the last game he played, I love the guy. I've always said from the beginning, I see something in him. He's 2-footed, he's athletic, he's brave. Like, he will try and play a certain pass. He can dribble. There's so much I like about Fred. There's so much I like about him, but people are quick to turn on players if they don't hit the ground running straight away. But I think I've seen enough quality in the guy to give him a chance. So when I think, yeah, we got Fred, we got McTominay, yeah, I think there's enough players, which means that Matic shouldn't really be starting. But knowing Oli, we'll probably start the season with Matic at CDM, bruv. With it'll probably be Matic, Pogba, and someone in front, which is kind of shit, blood. If we go into starting against Chelsea with Matic in midfield, I will be disappointed. But I feel like Matic's experience, Oli will, I don't know, I feel like in the harder games, Oli will probably just go with him for that reason. So I still think that centre-back is more important in the rebuild process. Let me know what you think, guys. That's actually a harder question, because when I think about it, both positions in an ideal world would have to be strengthened. But if I had to choose one, I just think getting in Wan-Bissaka, I think just to finish the defensive rebuild, get in another centre-back. Let me know. At Isaac AFCG, if United get at least 25-30 games out of Bale and Maguire, where do they finish? Well, I don't know if we're getting Gareth Bale, bruv. Like, I ain't seen no news reporting we're getting Gareth Bale. Everyone's assuming he's coming to us because Real Madrid is saying he's leaving. But for me, I don't think Manchester United want Gareth Bale unless it would be on a loan thing, because we're not going to buy him. That's for damn sure. Do you know what I mean? Like, man are haggling over money for Maguire and them thing there, so we're not going to be slapping bare peas down on someone like Gareth Bale that's got no resale value. So we're not getting Gareth Bale as far as I know. And also, if we do get Harry Maguire and Gareth Bale, for instance, and we get 25 to 30 games out of them both, we're definitely finishing in the top 4. I'll say that much, because Gareth Bale is a match winner if he can stay fit. The only reason why I don't really want Gareth Bale is because I don't trust his fitness. If man was guaranteed a fit Gareth Bale, then obviously that's a different bloody story altogether. And Maguire, I think Maguire coming in, yeah, with Wan-Bissaka, that's at least 15 goals less conceded next season. So if we're conceding less and we're scoring more goals, I can only assume that we're finishing comfortably in the top 4, 3rd or 4th. I always said that next season finishing 4th is the aim for me, because I don't think we're going to spend well enough to talk about getting anywhere near challenging. And I just think that Tottenham could possibly stay ahead of us purely on the fact that they've already got the cohesion, the gel team, and they've added Ndombele to that. So I would say, yeah, that Chelsea and Arsenal would be our rivals next season for 4th spot. Like, if all things stayed the same, and we just added those two players in on top. But I don't know, some of you guys might be feeling a bit more optimistic than me, so let me know what you think in the comment section. If we were to get 20 to 30 games out of Gareth Bale and Harry Maguire added to Wan-Bissaka already, where do you see us finishing? Next one, at I Just Don't Care. It says, last year we only bought 2 players and Lee Grant on a free. Does it seem like Ed Woodward has done the same again? Since there's not much time left in the window, I don't know about anyone else, but I can't trust the guy to fully back Ollie. I don't know, it's a tough one because this is Ollie's first summer window, and on average the new managers usually get about 4 players like in their first summer window. Obviously I'm not adding Moyes into that because the whole saga of getting him in was all long, and also the squad was different. But LVG signed I think 4 players. Jose signed 4 players. So I still think more players will come in, bruv. I still think at least 2 more players are coming. I don't think we're just going to sign 2 man. I really don't. So as much as I said I like to give Ed stick and that, but when it comes to not backing managers, I don't agree with this myth that our board doesn't back managers. I just think that because the structure upstairs is so poor, a lot of money has been wasted. Because when you look at who spent what in the last 6-7 years, we're up there. So I think the owners have invested and Ed has invested, man. I also don't think you guys realise how many man just don't want to play for us, bro. Because there's a lot of man that we get linked with that end up at other clubs. And it's probably because they don't want to play for us because we're not the club that we were on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of players don't give a fuck about how many followers you have on Twitter and them thing there. These man want to compete for stuff. They want to play Champions League football. We haven't been able to guarantee Champions League football post-Ferguson. They haven't been able to guarantee it. So because of that, like I think, yeah, like I don't like Ed Woodward and them things there. But if we don't get certain man, like for instance, Dillit, if we were a Manchester United club, yeah, if we were Manchester United of old, we would have got Dillit, bruv. Because Dillit was offered to us first, bruv. Mino Raiola was his agent. There was a fee agreed with his club. And he chose to go Juventus because they can offer him a Serie A title pretty much and a good shot at the Champions League. Why the fuck would he choose Manchester United for any other reason than money? So you guys just have to understand that we're not as attractive as we used to be. We're not going to be able to attract certain men. Now, even Jadon Sancho, yeah, if we were in the Champions League and we were the Manchester United of old, we would have probably got him this season. But now we're probably going to have to wait till we get Champions League, if we do this season, and then go back for him next year. So while it's all right to look at one side, yeah, because obviously we're not happy with the way the club is run, you have to look at the bigger picture. Like, we are not the attractive outfit that we once were, bruv, and that's why we're losing out on to fucking Spurs for players, bruv, which has to be one of the lows as a Manchester United fan. All right, Adil Ahmed adds 285. After the sale of Lukaku, should that money be reinvested in a centre forward or a right winger? I genuinely think a right winger, but would like to know your opinion. I agree, bro. I seen we got linked to Pepe, but we're not going to get him because we're United. And we ain't got no fucking scouting system, bruv. Or else Pepe would have been wrapped up ages ago. Man would have just said to Eric Bailly, yo, chat to your Don, blood, get him in. It's not going to happen, bro. I agree that a right winger is more urgent because we simply don't have one. Even Daniel James played on the left. We don't have a right winger. For me, it's mad. Tahith Chong looks better on the left as well, like even though he's left-footed. So he looks like a throwback, old school, Giggsy kind of winger. So he's not the answer on the right either. It's only Mason Greenwood that I could say, yeah, man will give Mason a run out there. So personally, I would reinvest it in a right winger. But I think we're holding out for Jadon Sancho. He ticks all the boxes. He's young, he's English. And he will be very marketable in time, bruv. Like, he's got a lot of charisma and that. And I think that's the route United are trying to go down. So I think we will hold off on signing a right winger until next season, unless it is a Bale loan thing, because then we're still not spending money. Then you bring in Sancho anyway, and Bale can play more centrally. So it kind of makes sense. But for me, I would agree, right wing over another centre forward. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, because I know that there's a mixed one. A lot of men are saying, nah, I'll definitely get a striker in if I let go of Lukaku. But to be fair, if we sold Lukaku and didn't replace him, I just don't see us missing him at all. I don't. I think we've got so many players that could play in a fluid front line, if it is actually fluid, that we don't actually need a focal point per se. We've got Sanchez, we've got Rashford, we've got Martial, we've got Greenwood. Do you know what I mean? And then you start to look at fucking Daniel James and Jesse Lingard, who can play in that front three as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, James has played down the middle, and he said that he quite likes doing it. And he's got pace, so I'm sure he could do a job there as well. Like, off the top of my head, that's at least 6 man. So, like, I don't think it's as urgent as a right winger, of which we don't have a single one. All right. At Mac._Paul, Martial link-up play from the 9 position is something we lacked under Lukaku. What's your thoughts on Oli finally realising the strengths and weaknesses of the squad and Rashi being played out wide? Personally, I thought Rashi was a winger with his style of play. I agree with a lot of that. I was saying Martial's link-up play is very underrated. Not only does he pick up the ball well and go past players, but he likes to slide balls into the channel. He can hold it with his back to goal, like actually back into players, put his foot on it, like keep hold of the ball while people join up. That's one thing that Rom lacked, and that's one thing we lack with Rashi up there as well. Rashi gets shrugged off the ball and bounced off the ball a lot. Like, that doesn't happen to Martial. He's a lot stronger physically. Do you know what I mean? Like, Rashi likes to like lay it off on a one-touch spinning behind, or he'll turn on the ball and look to just run by himself, but he doesn't actually hold it and wait for people to join him, because like you, I don't think Rashford's a natural striker. When you look at his career in the youth team, he didn't exclusively play up front, bruv. Rashford is more a wide player than he is a striker. Like, I think he thinks he's a striker, but the way he plays doesn't tell me he's a striker. He doesn't make runs like a striker. He doesn't hold the ball like a striker. Like, do you know what I mean? He likes to dribble a lot and do flicks and go past people and that. That's not really a striker's game. Like, a striker's game is kind of, you bring people into play, or when you're in and around the box, you just want to get the ball out of your feet, man, and find the back of the net, bro. Like, I think that from the way that Rashford plays, he looks like he's watched a lot of like CR7 and like old CR7 that played for us, who was a winger. Do you know what I mean? That's what Ronaldo, he reminds me of, like, in terms of playing style. I'm not saying he's anywhere near that, because he'll never be anywhere near what Ronaldo was doing for us. But everything from the free kick stance to the way he dribbles and tries to do flicks and that, everything about Rashford looks like he's trying to CR7 thing. And that's what Nani did. And that's why I compared them, man, because that's what Rashford reminds me of. Even physique-wise, he's not too dissimilar to Nani as well. Do you know what I mean? They both got a good long-range shot on them when it comes off, and they're both very inconsistent. So I think that there's a lot of the nannies about Rashford. So I agree, like, Martial is definitely, his link play is very underrated. So yeah, I don't really know though. I still have a sneaky feeling that Ollie's going to play Rashford down the middle, bro, because he just likes him, innit? Like, he's just got favourites. That's one thing I never got my head around. Like, I think we can see when something works and it don't work, but I don't know. We'll just have to see, bruv. Like, the jury is out on Ollie, like, in terms of decision making. In terms of the squad, it's not his fault, bruv. Like, who comes in will come in, who doesn't come in won't come in. Do you know what I mean? But you can only judge him on what he's trying to do. And personnel-wise, I can see Ollie's trying different things. He's playing Mason, which is what we wanted. He's playing Mata down the middle and not out wide, which is what we wanted. So all signs point towards Ollie learning from last season and trying to implement something. So let's just give him a chance. At Casual L. After identity crisis for years, do you believe Ollie and the staff can drill a style pattern of play in this 11, even if it is pre-season? Did you see a change in the way we go about on and off the pitch? That's quite similar to what I was just saying. I can see what Ollie's trying to do in terms of the intensity, how we press and all these other things. But I think the style of play that Ollie's trying to implement will massively depend on the personnel. I don't think Ollie has a system. He don't have a system. He's just got a philosophy. Like, Ollie wants to play attacking, high pressing football, quick counter attacking football, and also he wants quick, like very quick transitions, innit? And how good that will be will depend on how good the players are in the system. Because right now, we're transitioning pretty quickly considering we got fucking Matic in the midfield. But then even when we get to the final third, there's no consistency, there's no quality in the final third. And that's because the players aren't really that good. Daniel James is a championship player, still learning his craft. Marcus Rashford's massively inconsistent. Martial's massively inconsistent. There's no attackers at present where you know what you're going to get, like, if you get them the ball. That's why I said, like, if we got in Ben Yedder, he's at the age where at least at 26, 27, yeah, like, you know that these men are going to offer you consistency. Right now, we don't have consistency. Lukaku's not consistent. And also, he just doesn't suit the style of football that we want to play. So, he's the right age, but the wrong type of player, if that makes sense. So, I think a lot of what Ollie wants to do will stem on how good the players are. So yeah, there's not a system. It's not like a Klopp thing or a Pep thing. It's not like that. He's not a coach on that level. But I think what he's trying to do is good enough to do shit if he's got better players. So I think that'll come over time. But I can see that the style of football we're playing now is definitely better than last season, just based on the fact that they're fitter. They've had a pre-season and he's trying to implement some stuff. So I guess we just have to be patient. What do you think on that one, guys? Let me know in the comments. At Fortune94, what is your expected and realistic starting 11 for us going into the new season, given expected incomings and outgoings? I don't know what the expected incomings and outgoings are, bro. Like, I don't think anyone does. Like, it's just speculation purely at this moment. Like Bruno Fernandes, we've been hearing about for ages, still nothing on that. We're hearing about Longstaff, and then that went quiet. Harry Maguire is the only one that we're sure is coming in now. What formation do you think Ollie will go with? Congratulations to you and everyone at United stand on 500k. Big up, bro. I just think that what we've seen from pre-season is going to be a 4-2-3-1. If we say Harry Maguire is coming in, then it'll be De Gea in goal, right back AWB, left back Shaw, centre back Maguire and Lindelof, or Maguire and Bailly. I don't see Lindelof getting dropped. It's probably going to be Matic and Pogba in the double pivot. If Fernandes comes in, it'll be Fernandes, and then on the left will be Rashford or Martial, and the other will play up front. And then on the right hand side, we don't know, probably fucking Jesse Lingard. That's probably what it's going to be, bro. And if Fernandes don't come in, then you could be looking at a double pivot of McTominay and Matic with Pogba in the 10, which I would like, but I doubt it. It'll probably be fucking Mata in the 10, and then we're fucked, bro. Unless they want to play Jesse in the 10. Rashford and Martial either wing, and then Sanchez down the middle or something. I don't really know, bro. Like, that could work, but for me, I don't really know, my G. I really don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. Assuming that the only two signings we make are Fernandes and Maguire. If we play 4-2-3-1 on the regular, Bruno will fit us as a glove. And Mata can be a great squad player for that as well. Right wing is still weak, but why spend now if we got Lingard, Greenwood, Chong, James, get Champions League and get Sancho as a priority next summer? I think that that's what they're trying to do, in all honesty, bro. I think that that's the thinking behind it. I think that Sancho's probably in place and there's a fee agreed for next year when we get Champions League football. I think that's exactly what's happening, because that just went mad quiet. So, yeah, but what I would say is Lingard, Chong and James are not right wingers. Do you know what I mean? Neither is Greenwood, but Greenwood can play there. But out of all of them, I still don't think that solves our problem. I think that the right side is a lot stronger now with Wan-Bissaka there. So our attack is supplemented. So I think our right side won't look as weak, even though we don't have a right winger, because he just adds a different dynamic to the team. So I think if there was ever a time we could get away with not having a right winger, it's now that we have an actual right back. What do you think about that, guys? Let me know. Okay, this guy's name says Oli Gunnar Barrels. Who's the next captain for you? And keep up the good work. The next captain for me, it's going to be between Pogba and De Gea for captain and vice captain, I think. I'll be very surprised if it's not that. You know what I mean? I'll be very surprised. In the pre-season, I've seen Matic with an armband. I didn't know what that was about. He's never a Manchester United captain. He's never even a Manchester United player, let alone captain. But for me, it would be captain and vice captain would be Pogba and De Gea. In either order, bro. Like, to be honest, I have a feeling that De Gea is going to commit himself to a new long-term deal. Probably get the armband off the back of that. But in terms of influence on the dressing room and that, I think that I would make Pogba my captain. I would. And I'd make De Gea the vice captain. Let me know what your choices would be in the comments, guys, for captain. At Dr. Anthony, now the team is starting to get fitter and Ollie understands Ollie's way of playing. Do you think we stand a chance of top 4? If we get all the players in that we're meant to get, like I said, the next two, Bruno and Maguire, then I think we'll just make top 4. I think we'll be just better than Arsenal, who haven't really strengthened, and Chelsea, who cannot strengthen. But I don't think it's enough to take us past Tottenham. I could be wrong, but you know what I mean? But I'm trying to think with my head in it and not my heart. Because it's easy to get carried away in pre-season because we're playing against teams that are not at the same fitness level as us. Once we play Tottenham on Thursday, I'll then give you a more informed opinion as to where we stand in comparison to Spurs. But right now, I haven't been keeping up with Tottenham. I know Harry Kane scored a good goal the other day and they won in injury time against Juve. But that's another team that aren't at the fitness levels of us at the moment because the Premier League starts earlier. So I'm not about to compare our results to teams that are less fit than us and don't really give a shit. The game means less to them, you know? So I'd say we just scraped top 4 with 2 more additions. But in all honesty, 3 signings ain't good enough for this window. I still think we do need a defensive midfielder as well. Like, even if it is Longstaff, because Longstaff is a massive improvement on fucking Matic immediately. Let me know what you think about that. Do you think we're good enough for top 4 with the additions of Wan-Bissaka, Maguire and Bruno Fernandes? All right. The last couple. This one says, Young Omari, do we lack aerial threat scoring goals from crosses in brackets if we are to lose Lukaku? I don't think we lack area threat losing Lukaku. I think we lack aerial threat anyway, bruv. Like, when's the last time we really scored the headers? Like, I think getting Harry Maguire in will increase aerial threat. Like, we've always had size in this team because of Mourinho. He brought in some big players. Man had Fellaini. Man had Matic in there. Pogba, Jones, Smalling, Lukaku. These men are all big players. And we weren't really scoring that many headers. And we weren't that dangerous from set pieces either. So, lack of aerial threat isn't really to do with lack of height. It's lack of good headers of the ball and also lack of good delivery. Like, our corners are fucking shit, bruv. You know what I mean? Our corners been hitting the first man for the longest while. We had Ashley Young on corners, woeful. Rashford on corners, woeful. Matter when he's on corners, woeful. We ain't had a good corner taker in a while. And that's why I said when Fernandes comes in, yeah, if he comes in, I said he'll be the first time we've had a proper set-piece taker since Beckham. And man were like, oh, Ronaldo and Rooney. Those men are not set-piece takers. Them man just take free kicks that they can score from. That's not a set-piece taker. Set-piece takers, Kevin De Bruyne is a set-piece taker. Kevin De Bruyne will take your corners. He will take your free kicks, whether they're direct, indirect, whether you can score from them or not. Kevin De Bruyne will take them. He's a set-piece taker. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have one of those. So if we could get in someone that could actually take set pieces, I think we would score more goals in the air. I don't think it's necessarily to do with size. So my honest opinion is, yeah, we don't really lose aerial threat with Lukaku going because I just think that the delivery just hasn't been good enough. Let me know what you think. And last but not least, at Just Kuda, should we take Bale on loan for a year and get Sancho afterwards? That would be my thing to do. I would get Gareth Bale on a loan for a year with a view to buy it, or even 2 years, because Gareth Bale can play centrally, and as he starts to slow down anyway, like these injuries are taking its toll and whatever, just like Ronaldo moved centrally as he got older. There's no reason why you can't bring in a Gareth Bale, play him on the right wing at the moment, and then say if Sancho comes in, you can move Gareth Bale into the 10. Do you know what I mean? Or you can move Gareth Bale even as a false 9 as well, because he's got the pace, bro. He's got the touch and he can bang shots. Like, if Gareth Bale's available on the loan, you bring in Gareth Bale on loan, and then you think, cool, like, man ain't bought him. That'll give us at least a stopgap on the right-hand side until Jadon comes in. So I'm with that school of thought. I'm 100% down with it. I hope that happens, because I do think that right wing needs focus, and I think it would be a massive, massive trick missed if we do not strengthen that right-hand side. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Thank you for your questions. I spoke to Mark this morning. We're nearly back to original scheduled programming on the United Stand. Once Flex is back properly, then the Flex and Rant show comes back. Then the new show with me and Mark starts. You've got loads of new stuff coming for you for the channel. The United Stand 500k party is on the 8th of August. We're going to meet up before that and sit down and discuss a few things for the channel going forward. But yo, we've got some really exciting stuff coming. And also, like, I'm going to be taking a more hands-on approach with the football team in terms of the coaching side of it as well. So you're going to see me more in the United Stand FC videos as well, either on the pitch or on the touchline, or both, like player coach role. So yeah, we've got a lot more stuff coming for you, so we appreciate all of your support. Smash the like button here, make sure you sub if you haven't already. Hit up the social medias at Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, guys, big up as always, and I look forward to catching up with you yeah, after the Spurs game for your match review on Thursday. Big up.